Just a little after 20 minutes past 11, it is Morning Becomes Eclectic here at 89.9 KCRW. Daniel Lanois has a new album. It's called Shine, and Daniel joins us in the studio this morning. Welcome.
Oh, thanks a lot, Nick. Very happy to be here.
Good to have you in the station. Let's first of all welcome the musicians you brought with you this morning. Maybe you could introduce them.
Yeah, well, their band is called Mother Superior. There's three of them, and they're really great. And I first heard them at the Troubadour with Henry Rollins. And we've got Jim Wilson, Marcus Blake, and Jason McEnroth.
A set of music in our studio this morning from Daniel Lanois, and I know we've got another set coming up, but maybe we can just catch up with a little bit of conversation first of all, Daniel. I want you to share with the audience what you said to me when you came in this morning. I don't want to put you on the spot, but it was pretty amusing. I haven't had an artist say that to me before.
Well, I said 5 things now, Nick. I'm trying to think, was it about your babies?
No, it was about the fact you thought there should be another way of doing these live performances.
Okay, well, all right. So, yeah, this is the new format. Extreme Morning Becomes Eclectic, where you guys get in a van and you go up to the artist's house, you wake him up with a cup of coffee and say, sing us a tune, would you?
And we do the session there in bed.
Exactly.
That's a good idea. Let's talk a little bit about what you've been up to. This is your third solo album, right?
That's correct, yes.
And it's been a while in the making. I think 10 years almost since the last one. You've been a busy guy, obviously, during that time, working with other people, and you are known as well as for your solo work, of course, as a producer of all sorts of amazing artists, people like Dylan and Gabriel and U2 and Willie Nelson. When did you actually start work on this collection of songs that became Shine? Is it something that's been in the boiling pot for a while?
Yeah, they pop up wherever I happen to be geographically. The Falling at Your Feet song was co-written with Bono in Ireland, and that happened during the making of the last U2 record. Some other things were born in Mexico, like that beautiful thematic guitar in the song I Love You was born in Mexico, and it always had a real psychedelic feeling about it, and I wanted to make sure it made it on the record. Some things have been collected for a while, like maybe they're like a bit of poetry that's been laying around and finds a melodic companion eventually. So by hook or by crook there, Nick, and then also producing whatever it was, 10 or 20 records.
During that time, yeah. Now I know that, you just mentioned Mexico. You recorded in Mexico, you recorded in Dublin. You just mentioned writing that song with Bono as well. Why'd you go to Mexico? You tracked the vocals in Mexico, I believe.
Well, I wanted to get away from the usual urban crossroads and be in a smart culture that was not so preoccupied by everything else that we see here in L.A. or New York or the big towns. So it was pretty much a fishing village atmosphere, and the brain has a way of expanding and becoming very inventive in a setting like that, I find.
I know that your music really does absorb a lot of styles and has done over the years, blues, rock, country, even folk music. Is there something that is particularly new to this record, though, that you haven't explored before?
I suppose the biggest change is that I've included the pedal steel guitar, and it's my first love. It's the instrument I started as a kid, and I've been practicing it a lot in the last few years, and I've gotten quite good at it, so I'm proud of it. And in fact, we dragged it in here today, Nick.
Great.
I might even open the next set with it there.
We love steel guitar. As you said, it's your first instrument, and I was reading somewhere where you said that it's really an anchoring point for you as well.
Yeah, it's exactly that. In these fast times, it's easy to think that you have to have the latest gadget to keep up with things, but in fact, what's at the bedrock is just as important, like how you came up, your influences, and your instruments. So for me, this is my church, my feet grounded.
Now, I know that originally you're from Quebec, and I read somewhere where you said that you've always had a fascination with exclusion and segregation. Now, I'm guessing that comes from growing up being French Canadian in the Anglo neighborhoods. Is that reflected in this music?
Well, my first record was probably more of that kind of feeling, and but it's ongoing. The segregation. It's fascinating to me that even in these great times of mass communication, that we still like to put things in compartments. And I'm still quite idealistic. I imagine that the coffee-colored baby will come along and make everybody one color one day.
It has to happen eventually.
Eventually, yeah.
It just
How about
really
you, Nick?
does.
You've just had two, haven't you?
Well, they're a bit of a mix.
Okay.
You know that you said that you've got this band with you in the studio this morning, Mother Superior, and you play with two bands though, don't you?
This is a configuration A, and then configuration B is myself and Brian Blade on the drums, and that's very exciting for me. I've known Brian for a good 10 years now, and we play when we can. And we're going to be hitting the road and doing all of North America, I guess, in June. Although Mother Superior are doing, I think, 6 or 7 of those shows. So.
And I know Brian was a big part of Shine as well, right?
Yes, he plays drums on the record.
Right.
And ongoing inspiration for me.
It's Morning Becomes Eclectic. I think we're just about out of time, Daniel.
Yeah, we were trying to look after the clock for you there, Nick. I hope we're close.
You did a great job. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I really appreciate you coming in and bringing in Jim and Marcus and Jason as well. Thanks,
Yeah.
Thanks everybody.
I'd like to take 5 seconds and compliment you on your ongoing dedication to live music on radio. The world is the better place for it. Thank you, KCRW and Nick.
Again, Daniel, thanks so much.
My pleasure, Nick.
Okay.
Anytime.
Thank you.